Hello, everybody. There's probably going to be 14 views on this. Let's not act like it's going to be a ton. But for anybody that follows anything we do on the channel, usually it's just friends, some family. I feel like we've gone very downhill. It sucks tremendously. We lost a lot of people that used to help. Life just happens, nothing against them. Declan was a big part of Best There Is podcast, and he's just busy with his own things and can't do it. Ryan took over Lucas's spot because Lucas got busy with life, and so I have Ryan now that does it with me. We do it maybe once every 2 months, but we're trying really hard to do it once a month like before. I would love to go back to weekly. It makes it easier instead of running down a gauntlet of a ton of stuff fast as we can in an hour. And honestly, it sucks. A lot of things suck. We ended up leaving the studio. The studio was great. I used it for us to play Magic as well. We did a lot of things in there and hung out. It was great, but it just the price and not making money out of YouTube. The whole goal was to make some monetizing or something to put a little bit just towards the rent, and we didn't care about really making money besides just covering rent. Just cover rent and we'll be fine. But when you're pulling in your pocket and you're paying, and I got COVID really bad. The COVID story is pretty interesting. With COVID, I wasn't feeling that great, but we were literally getting ready to film an episode. We were going to do rankings of the MCU. I took a lot of time. I cut out all these different logos for every movie. There was going to be a board. We were going to put them up, and we were going to go through it. And I believe we had Donnie, who's on the show a lot, Declan, I believe Lucas, and someone else. Maybe it was Ryan or someone. And that day while we were setting up, I was like, guys, I just can't do it. I don't feel right. I just feel out of it. And then I went home, tested for COVID. It was negative, and then the next day I was positive. So it happens that quick back then, and it was during 2021. So it was really, really bad. The bad time. And everyone, like, I have a group family chat. Everyone already had it. I was the last to get it. And they're all like, it's going to be like, 4 or 5 days of just miserable, and then you'll get out of it. And I'm like, okay. It went to probably about 8 days or so where I was annoying everybody because I have anxiety. So I was like trying to tell them how bad I feel, but they're like, it's Ernie's anxiety. He's just overdoing it. But a day came where my wife was just at her wit's end. And she's like, I'm about to leave the house, and, I can't take it anymore. You keep bugging about it. But then she ended up being in bed next to me, and I guess I was sleeping, but I was like shaking. And she checked me out, and I had 60% of oxygen in me. So she rushed me to the hospital, and that's when a lot happened, and I was in the hospital for like 8 days or something like that. And they put me on a ventilator. I don't remember I remember going to the hospital. I remember them putting me under, putting a mask on me, and I was laying face down, and then that was about it. And then I don't remember anything. All I remember is waking up sometimes. They induced me in a coma. I didn't want to be ventilated, because I knew anyone that I saw got put on a ventilator died. And that wasn't because they were on it and they died because they were on it. It's just I knew that was the timeline. They get a ventilator and then they die. So I was like, I don't want it. I don't want to get there. And they told my wife, if I don't get put on it, I will die. So they put me on one, and all I remember is waking up sometimes. I had the weirdest, craziest dreams. I wrote them all down. They were all very scary. If you ever watched the show Scare Tactics, they were very much like a horror like feeling. It was very scary, but thankfully, well, what happened is I had pneumonia. I didn't have diabetes. Diagnosed yet. So I was super high. I was very unhealthy. So that's probably why it got so bad. There was a lot of factors. And during this time, I guess, my wife met with Declan and Lucas, and they talked about, she didn't know if I was going to live. So it was a hard time, and she came to them, I guess, and they had like a meeting, and it was rough, I guess. And she had a group chat too for everyone that was checking on me and stuff, and they were like, we're gonna shut down the place. And it sucked, because what happened was I ended up getting better. I called all my distributors while I was in the hospital. Once I woke up from my coma and I was breathing normally, normal as I could, because my lungs got scarred from the ventilator. And I woke up and everything was just put to hell. And so I called my distributors, let them know, hey, I'm here. A lot of them didn't even care that I was like healthy again or whatnot, but it's whatever. But I got the ball rolling, and my wife's like, how are you going to do this? You don't have your building anymore. And once I got out, I had to be on a walker, because I had to learn how to walk again, kind of. Like, I knew how to walk, but I had no strength in my legs, so I had to practice gaining strength. So I had to get physical therapy while I was in the hospital to walk. So when I got out, I had to have a breathing tube, the ones you walk with the tank, and I had to have a walker. So I just went to my landlord and hoping he would give me sympathy, because I'm there in a walker and I'm there with my tube, and like, I want my building back. And he's like, someone just took it, and he's like, but we could probably move them to another place and we'll let you get it back. So it sucked, because they took down a lot of our displays and all that. And if you watch Best There Is challenges, up to Chuck E. Cheese, we had the Chuck E. Cheese one where we all played against each other in a tournament. I got sick after that. So any challenges after that, they were done after I had COVID. And so anyways, it sucked, because a lot of players needed to find a new place, and what happened was just a lot of people just stopped playing. So it just made it rougher and rougher to keep the studio there for us to use for this, using the piggybacking off that for the studio, and not using it towards my magic stuff. I was using it to pay the rent. So I had to use Let It Go, and that messed up all the podcasting. And we try to wrap around our head ways to do it here. I keep shaking the chair a lot. Like now I need a better background for when I do these talks. I always just have my house behind me. Like, everybody has little cool things when they talk and all that. I have my dog. Where is he at? My dog Dante, just chilling in the back. But we try to figure out what we can do here. We put like a screen up behind us. We did it at the table behind me. We didn't like that much. Everybody kind of fell off while I was sick. So the challenges I couldn't really do because everybody was gone. Like, I did one with my son for Easter, and it was just me and him, and that was kind of lame. Did one with my cousin, who he did like a paintball one with me. It wasn't filmed great. It was just sucking, and it was just us trying to do the best I could and trying to have the help that was there, so anyone that could help would be able to help. So now we're back to the bottom of the barrel. It sucks. If you watch like our middle season, probably like, we call them seasons, but like season 3, like, it was good. It was lit up well. We were right there. We're on top. We had the best looking stuff. We had a great looking podcast, great conversations, and it got really, really went downhill from there. So now I'm clawing and crawling, trying to get this back going and trying to figure out different ways to make videos like this, because I enjoy it. It's a release for me. I have depression and anxiety, and I'm working on that as well, because I don't really leave my house that much. I have agoraphobia really bad, where I get panic attacks going other places. So I'm working on that with a therapist. I have a psychiatrist. I have everything. It's just a mess. So as I'm doing that, I'm trying to find my happiness besides my family. And the happiness is, of course, pop culture and doing videos. I love doing videos and entertaining much as I can. Thinking of ideas and figuring out ways to do things different. And I wish I knew how to do simple things, but it's like I only know so much. So I'm always trying to teach myself how to use different programs and how do people get, I don't even know how you get like a video of a TV show and get to have it on there without getting in trouble. I did the Power Rangers series where I was gonna watch every Zoo Ranger, what Mighty Morphin was based off, and commentary through it, and I did it for a while, and I think I filmed one differently, and I got a flag, and it said if I get another flag, they're gonna close the account. So I didn't want to play with that because I didn't want to lose my account. We have so much on there. So I stopped. It sucks because I was enjoying doing that. And I had a little bit of views on those, but they were fun. That's the whole thing, is it's not really so much about the views. It's more about having fun and letting people that I know watch it and enjoy what we do, or I do. But like, yeah, so with that, I just opened up Tubi, and I opened it up and just had me there, watching in the corner. I don't know if you have to cover up so much, but I don't know how to like upload videos and watch them. I don't know how, like, these YouTubers have actual footage that they find and they put it up and they talk about it, and it's like clips, but I don't know how long the clips can be. Popping my knuckle, sorry. And I don't know really quite how it's done, or how much you have to cover, that you could use the whole clip and watch the whole thing, like Mystery Science Theater, and like riff on things. That would be fun. So there's a lot of stuff I want to do. It's just I have to learn how to do it and learn how to get it, formatted the correct way. But yeah, so it's just kind of rough right now. I've done a lot of videos like this where I'm like, I don't know what we're doing, blah blah blah, and it's for real, like it's rough. I have so much fun doing these things, and I have the time to do it, but I don't know what to do or how to do what my ideas are. And I always hope that I'll meet somebody and they'll be able to help me out, but not getting out, I don't really get to. I do school online, and I'm getting up there in age, so it gets kind of goofy being around youngins. They don't really want to hang out with the old fart most of the times. But yeah, so we're at a weird point right now where I'm trying to figure out things. That we just did a podcast that should be up soon, talking about a lot of things, talking about Wednesday, talking about Alien, talking about Fantastic Four, Superman, bringing up a bunch of stuff, but we don't get to really focus on them because we have so much to cram in. but the camera didn't record it. Like, we always have issues. Like, before that, the audio didn't get recorded, and the camera showed whatever. So I'm just gonna buy a whole new camera, and we still have the setup for all the audio, and that still all works. I know it's been through some hell, so it's been like one of the ports don't work for the mic, but other than that, I think it's good. I'm trying to get everything back on track. I like me and Ryan sitting on the couch, talking about things, but Donnie has showed he's been on the podcast before, some interest in doing the podcast here and there. But again, I don't know if we're all going to squeeze on the couch. It was just so much easier with the studio, and it sucked because all those tables that we had in there, they've been moved around, and they're at different places now, and it just sucks. You know, our lighting fixtures that we had, we set it up like a studio. Those are all put away. It's just, everything is just not the way I want it to be right now. I just want to enjoy it a little bit more and have my own side project. I've been getting in my head a lot, with a lot of mental things going on, and my wife mainly, but my therapist as well, believes I need a hobby. And it's like, I have a ton of hobbies. I collect comics, I collect trade paperbacks or graphic novels, I collect toys, I'm falling out of HeroClix. It's sad. I used to be into the game HeroClix, and I'm falling out of that because there's no real community for that anymore. Or it just got too expensive. But Magic, we still play Magic. That's still a thing. We're excited for the Spider-Man set coming out. We'll do probably something with that. Do some maybe unboxings. I don't know yet. Just depends when I could get it. But yeah, there's just a lot I want to do, and they want me to find hobbies, and this is a hobby that I love to do. I love to record, edit, make videos. Sadly, there's nowhere that I can find someone that would work with me and I could edit with them and do the right things and film things. I would love to do short films. But again, you got to find the right people, and I don't know where they're at. I'm part of different Facebook groups, and it's just tough. It's really tough linking up with people because everybody kind of sticks to their own and does their own things, and there's no one around here in my area that really is a bigger name or someone that has a lot of followers on TikTok or Instagram or something like that. There's no one I could gravitate to and be like, hey, you know, can you teach me what you're doing and what am I doing wrong? It's just one of those things. So yeah, it's just at a weird part. My son's now getting close to high school. You'll hear him in the background. He's playing his games. I would love to play video games and do videos on those, like Marvel Rivals. I play quite a bit, but I'm not good. So that's the crappy thing, is not being good at it. It just kind of sucks. And then there has been talk among, like, my other brother. He's my youngest brother. He's like in his early 20s, that we talked about doing voice acting, and that's a whole, like, as soon as you look it up, you're getting spammed with so many different crap. So I don't know where to start with that. You know, you may not even be good. You may not. I mean, but it'd be nice to test things out, try things out, and I've never have showed like any voice acting skills on any video or anything like that, but I know I can do different voices and things like that. I'm not like cocky, but I know I can do voices. just out of you learn joking and mocking people, mocking cartoons and whatnot. But yeah, it's one of those things I'm also trying to look into, but it's hard. Like, as soon as you Google it, you get a million different things, and if I look at it on Facebook, I get spammed with a bunch of other things, and Tara Strong telling you could get a scholarship for her group, and it's like, dude, can I just submit stuff and then you listen, and if you don't like it, or you tell me what you want, what you really, really want, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, cool. Like, at least putting my foot out there. There's a lot I want to do. I wrote a book that I've been writing, like working back and forth on for probably about 6-7 years. There's tons of books that I have written, or comics or whatever, that I just put away, that I've done through my whole life. And this one was only one that I felt like it's about time I could get it done, find a publisher, and we got that finally done, and it's out now on Amazon. It's called Unwanted. Everybody's like, what's it about? I'm like, it's hard to explain without giving things away. And I was like, just think of an origin of like Superman, but edgier, like before Superman became Superman. Think of that story kind of thing. I don't know, it's hard to explain. But then I was doing stand-up for a little bit, but that was before. I'm on Xanax for my panic attacks. I was on a lot, and I got to the point where I was super addicted to it, where I needed it just to stop my headaches. It wasn't even for calming down anymore. So I had to do a big project of weaning off it. It sucked. It was crazy, and now I'm barely on it, and we kind of paused it. We're gonna take me off it all the way, but we pause. I'm on a very little amount, not enough to help me get out and do things like I used to, because it numbed me a lot, and that's what people hated me being on it. They said you're like a zombie. For me, I didn't feel like that. I felt just calm. I did things, and people didn't even know I was taking it at the time, but they're saying, if you're on a lot and you couldn't do this, and you're not barely on it now and you still can't do it, so it's no different. So it's kind of true. What was the whole point of talking about Xanax? See, it's already messing up my brain. But so yeah, I had to get off that, and it's pretty low now. But it sucked because it was hard. I didn't get as bad of withdrawals as I thought I was going to get, but I needed it to get out. I needed it to do things. And like I said, I got super addicted to it because it's the most addictive drug out there, they say. And it's very hard to get off because of the addiction factor. Not because, I'm getting high off it. It's because of your body just wants it and needs it. But you're not, like, I wasn't getting the calmness anymore. I was just getting headaches and stuff like that. So that was really bad. But it sucked. It was really bad. I'm glad I'm down to what I'm at. I'm glad it's lower. I'm glad I'm going to be off it. I'm scared because it was a very much... when things get hard, I would run to it and not cope with things, and I still am learning how to cope. So it's rough because once I don't feel right or I'm going through something stressful, I just want to take it and not worry about it. And I'm learning how to deal with things again, because about 13 years ago I was fine and I didn't have to worry about that. But yeah, so I don't know why I brought that up. There's a reason why I brought that up, but it's fine. So yeah, because the stand-up, I stopped doing it because I got so low on it that I would pop like 2 before the show. I'd pop 1 in the middle before I went on, and then 1 to get home. I just was taking so much. And then once I lowered it a lot, I don't know if I could do it again. Doing the stand-up routine was fun. I actually ended up taking a college class after I stopped on it, on something comedy, but we had to write sketches like SNL, we had to write scenes, we had to do stand-up sets, and I was actually really good at it. I got an A+++ on it. I went over the A, because I would do the extra credit and do the extra sets and perform and write out sketches and things like that. So, but again, it's like I was doing all these things that I was trying to get better at and find a path, write a book, do stand-up. I did wrestling for a while, like WWE style. I trained, and that was fun, but I felt like I was just not coordinated enough for it. I don't know, and I think I worried a lot about getting hurt, because I did get hurt a couple times doing things, but that was on my bad, because I was doing it on my spare time, practicing. But the biggest thing was it was an hour drive to get there, and because of anxiety, I don't drive there. So my wife had to drive me there. She had to sit in the parking lot for 2 hours, and then we go drive home. And it was twice a week, and it was rough. There was times she worked and I couldn't go, so I'm wasting money, and it was a pain. But it was a good experience. I met a lot of good guys. There's a lot of good guys out there that do these independent wrestling shows. They work really hard. I have nothing but respect for them. It sucks that it's so rough, that it's so hard, for them to get noticed, and some will just do it and never reach their dream, and it sucks because it's such a big world to get into. So yeah, doing the book, doing wrestling, doing stand-up, a lot of these things I just was trying to find, just to try them, because I was interested in doing something with it. So, some stuff I'll continue. There'll be new journeys, like maybe voice acting if I get a chance. But it ultimately comes down to trying to get this podcast off the ground. And I've tried to talk to people on Facebook, maybe doing like faces, like, us talking at the same time with another person. But a lot of people don't want to put in the work of like writing, because if we're doing it like that, where we're not like sitting with each other, we would have to write it all out about what we're covering. And we used to do that in the studio a while back, but then we kind of changed it up, and we kind of knew the topics, and then we would go off that, and we would just kind of ad-lib basically and do whatever. But if it's on a video, I feel like we have to be a little more on point, because we could talk over each other really easy, and we're using different equipment. I don't have my mics with them, they have their own mics, and I don't know. So I've thought of that, because like new places like New Rock Stars, where I'll watch stuff, they do stuff where they have people on different places, and I had a buddy on there that was on there, and he was able to be in his home and be on it, and it just worked. So I don't know. The whole point of this video is I want more. I want to do more. I want to get better. I want to be a better person, and hopefully this falls in the right hands of somebody, and they help me out somehow. They push me in the right way, teach me something, team up with me on something. That's the whole point, is basically first explain to anyone that's like, why is the podcast so shitty right now? This is why. Thank God Ryan will put up with it. Ryan's my cousin, and he'll be on the podcast with me, but he enjoys it. He enjoys talking about comics and movies and all that stuff. But we mainly just do movies and TV shows. I feel like there's not a lot we could get into. We don't break into the humor like we normally would with like maybe Declan being there or Lucas being there, because we always like kind of brought up random subjects and kind of had fun with it. I want us to kind of get back there, but with us doing it once a month, there's too much to talk about besides us messing around on there or having weird conversations. But I'm hoping things will change, even if we did something different with someone else. But they have to be dedicated, and they have to be wanting to do something for free and just for our fun and our entertainment, and that's rough. That's why a lot of guys are gone, because it's not a paying job, it's just for fun, and they did it as a favor to me half the time. So it's rough. It's really tough to, it's just tough right now. But that's where we're at. Again, hopefully this falls in the right hands, or maybe people will have the other ideas. They'll be able to tell me what they want to do, what I should do. Just give me a path, give me a journey. I'm still a work in progress. Even being the age I am right now, I'm still working on who I am. I'm still trying to get better, and I'm still trying to learn more. So hopefully we'll get stuff going, and if I do another video like this, hopefully it's me talking about something pop culture related, instead of me explaining how I'm having a breakdown and I'm trying to figure out how to do the podcast, where again I'm just gonna buy a new camera because it didn't record us last time, and this next one's just gonna be audio, which really sucks, because I put in so much work to hook up everything and fix it and hook up all the laptops and all the mics and all that. It's just a lot. So again, hopefully the next video will be a little more fun and not just rambling. But yeah, searching for some help. If anyone knows anything, yeah. So if you watch this and listen to it, I like to listen to people talk on the internet. I'll sit there, turn it on, and just lay back and listen to people. So hopefully people will chill with me for this little bit, and hopefully you guys put up with it and listen all the way through. And if you did, I appreciate it. Thank you for going all this way, and hopefully something will come out of it. So that being said, thank you guys, and I will talk to you later.